Thank you for tuning into Siam Legal's channel. This week we'll be focusing our attention on the US-Thailand Treaty of Amity and how it benefits American investors looking to invest in the kingdom. By way of introduction, my name is Bridie and I'm an Australian legal consultant here at Siam Legal. I'm joined here today with Chiara Brudelli. She's our Senior Associate from the Corporate and Commercial section. She has over 6 years of experience in helping foreign investors start their businesses in Thailand. And relevantly, you did actually study in America, didn't you?
I actually did, yes. I was in a very small town called Guyman in Oklahoma.
How was that?
It was awesome. I loved the people there. I mean, it was good. It was good.
On today's topic, US-Thai Treaty of Amity. So Chiara, what exactly is the Treaty of Amity and how does it benefit Americans investing in Thailand?
So the Treaty of Amity is actually a treaty between Thailand and the US in order to grant pretty much special rights to US citizens in order for them to establish their business in Thailand. How that works is that usually, as we know, in order to operate a business in Thailand, you would have to have at least 51% of Thai partners to hold shares in the company for you. However, as a US citizen or a US entity, you don't have that requirement. You can hold the majority of shares or 100% of the shares in your own company.
Wow, that is a very big benefit because other nationalities, they don't have that, right? You always have to have a Thai partner if you're a foreigner.
Exactly. So Thailand and the US have had a very good relationship, and Thailand does want to attract foreign investors, especially from the US, to invest in Thailand. So in recognition of this long-standing friendship between Thailand and the US, they have come up with this Treaty of Amity in order to grant additional rights and additional benefits to US citizens and US businesses.
Oh, that's great news for Americans. For the rest of us, not so much, but great news for Americans. So are there any types of businesses that Americans are still not allowed to engage in under the Treaty of Amity?
Well, yes, there's very strict regulation on land ownership in Thailand, which the Amity cannot bypass. One of the very strict regulation that Amity does bypass, like we mentioned, is share ownership in the company, which is pretty good already. And also there is the requirement of the foreign business license that you would have to apply for if you're a foreigner establishing a business in Thailand. Usually you would need to apply for a foreign business license, but the Amity Treaty does allow you to operate without having to go through the hoops to get your foreign business license because the Amity Treaty certificate is already considered a foreign business certificate.
Wow, okay. So if I'm an American citizen and I'm ready to start my business here in Thailand, are there any other requirements I sort of need to think about in the beginning?
Well, yes, because you would have to certify your nationality with the US Embassy here in Thailand. So this cannot be done from the US, unfortunately. You would have to come in Bangkok in person and contact the US Embassy and have them pretty much certify your nationality, certifying that you're actually a US citizen or a US entity in order for you to use that then to establish your business.
So with the Treaty of Amity, what does the process normally look like? How does it start?
So we will commence by first incorporating a company for you here in Thailand. So this would be a limited liability company just as regular. However, you can be the majority shareholder as a US national, like we mentioned. The minority remaining shareholders can be Thai or can be any other nationality that you need, or it can be 100% US if you want to. And like we mentioned, once the company has been incorporated, in order to apply for the Amity Treaty, you would have to contact the embassy and have your passport certified in order for the Thai government to accept that as a confirmation of your nationality. Alternatively, if you use a US-based business in order to operate, then you would have to certify the company certificate of that US entity here in Thailand with the USCS, which is pretty much the commercial side of the US Embassy here in Bangkok.
And is it true that if it is going to be a US company, as a shareholder, that US company also needs to have shareholders itself that are majority US individuals? Is that
Yes, that is actually very important. They do trace back on the entity until they find a natural person holding the shares, and that natural person would have to be a US citizen.
Got it. That sounds pretty straightforward, but normally in your experience, how long does the process normally take?
For a special kind of business license, it's actually pretty quick. Compared to other type of licenses, it takes about 2 months, maximum 3 months for you to get the US Amity certificate. Once you have that, you can apply for the industry-specific licenses and start your operation. Or if your industry does not require any specific licenses, then you can start operating right away.
Amazing. So I guess like anything else here in Thailand, it's good to have someone who knows the process and can speak Thai and liaise with the government officers.
Definitely, because you will still have to go to the Thai Department of Business Development, and that is actually 100% Thai documents. Everything will be in Thai, so having somebody who knows the process and know the language could definitely be beneficial.
Well, that's about all we have time for this week. Thank you very much, Kiara. You really explained the US Treaty of Amity to us, and of course for American investors out there, certainly a lot of Americans now living in Thailand, clearly offers great benefits to those of you that want to open your business here. So what's the best way for us to get in touch with you and your team?
So you can get in contact with our corporate team from Siam Legal by clicking the link below and send us an email. Send us the information of your business, whatever you plan on doing, and we'll help you get started.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for next week's video.